Welcome to another episode. This time we're gonna be working on this super cool Bilstein suspension. We're gonna assemble it, put it under the car, put the brakes and everything on it, and you get to see what I did wrong. So this is again not an instructional video. Little bit of brake cleaner to get the possible greases out and a little bit of paint on. Don't do it like I do. Let's go out to the paint booth.
While Anssi is working on the brakes, I'm trying to be useful and get these delivered for the mounting. That's enough for the car guy CrossFit. Let's take the motorized vehicle. Rounds of performance! See ya!
Back to the rusty brakes. Everything else came new, but these brackets which hold the brake pads and have the sliding pins, these didn't come with the new parts, so just for now at least I'm gonna try to get these moving forcefully. That's why this. Little dry. Once again, not the best way to do things, but we need to make it work right now. On today's episode of How Not to Do Things, this is just for pure entertainment and overkill, but let's see if we can move it a bit. Nope. Hey, it turns.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
It's broken. To Matthias. So now we will buy some new parts. Voi sä oot liian lähellä sitten jo. This part of the build doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna give these a quick clean and assemble them so that we can get the other parts there, and they will be replaced later.
So the Zeknovas are now on the 59 North wheels. Next step is cleaning and protecting them. You have to mount them first because the mounting will mess up both the tire dressing and the wheel coating. So what I'm going to do, the wheels are new, so I'll just do an alcohol wipe with Gyeon Prep. Then I'll put the Gyeon rim coating on top of that, and that will have the wheel protected from the elements and also make it so much easier to clean.
Älä yritä pehmitellä yhtään. Ta-da! So here are the new front shocks with all the springs and helper springs and adjustments and everything. And we're gonna put in the new bearing with the hub and with the ABS ring. The ABS sensors are not gonna go back in right now, but since these are gonna be in, we can then later on put the sensors in if we need it.
Thanks to our neighbors for the tire work. Now let's get to dressing them. So this is Gyeon's tire cleaner, Gyeon's brush. This is the most simple process in the world. Let's remove all the gunk from the tire and make it actually look like new that it is.
For my sensitive behind, voila, custom made. So, these beauties are gonna go in now. So I'm checking it up, supporting it from the frame so the axle can come down and give me more room for the shock. The installation of the rear shock is pretty straightforward. One bolt up here and one bolt down here in the support of the axle. The only interesting part here is that there's so much more power in the shock. I had to compress it and be quick enough to slip it in there. So when you can do that, it's just a piece of cake.
So next up, Gyeon prep is the isopropyl alcohol mix.
Just a little bit of love and it'll fit. It's on its way.
So I decided to leave the rim coating for after test fitting the rims on the car because they have a 24-hour cure time so that we can leave them overnight. But I'm going to use the Tire Express. There's a tire dressing that is a low shine application. So let's put it on and enjoy the results.
We're working on these beautiful Bilstein shocks here. So far we've added the brake back plates and the bearing assembly. Next I'm gonna test fit the brake discs, brake calipers and the temporary brake parts with the new pads. Assemble everything here on the table to see how it fits and works, and then when they're ready we're gonna slip them up to the car. Almost ready assembly. A couple of parts will be replaced with the brand new ones. Working on this, it really doesn't feel like I would be working on old rusty Volvo parts. We're pretty much done with the suspension now. Of course we have to take out the old brake calipers in the front, but otherwise it's pretty well done. I have tie rod ends for both sides in the front because you probably saw me hammering this like a crazy person. And then we're gonna change these and we're pretty much done. It's only assembly from there. Move the tie rod end out and put the new one in. Like that. It's pretty much there. It is starting to shape up, and of course there's still a lot to do, but it is starting to shape up and look like something that we wanted it to look like. It's gonna fill it up nicely. Ta-ta! We haven't adjusted any of the suspension heights yet, but if you take a look in here, and what's new or what is not that super common is there's a locking screw for it too. You can just turn it wherever you want and then lock it with that.
This wheel and tire combination looks absolutely amazing, and now we are going to protect that amazingness with Gyeon's rim ceramic coating. And now it's a very simple task. We are going to use Gyeon's microfiber applicator. It's a finger model. You slit your fingers inside of here and you drop a few drops of Gyeon rim coating on the applicator. You go around the whole rim and then you use Gyeon's bold wipe to wipe the coating off, and that's it. So we'll do this to all of the 4 rims and then they will be ready to go on the car.
A little recap from today. So I am leaving on a little trip tonight, so I won't be finishing the suspension on the Volvo right now. I'm going to the motherland of Volvos, to Sweden, for almost a week. There's going to be a Rallycross race in Höljes. It's a legendary track there, and the race is part of Rally X Nordics. A friend of mine whose team I work in with my spare time, Henri Haapamäki, a Finnish guy, he got a chance to participate with another team's electric supercar. The lineup is going to be crazy. All the best drivers from the Nordic countries and all over Europe, and actually the furthest one comes from Jamaica too. So I'm going to be there working with that team and with the driver. I'm sure it's going to be a crazy trip, and I will be coming back as soon as I can, and I will be working on the Volvo again, and it will be finished at some point. You know, if there's any good excuse to stay away from the garage, it's racing, and that's what's going to happen.
So Anssi escaped to Höljes in Sweden for his rallycross adventure, and I'm back here after the wheels have been curing from the coating for a bit more than 24 hours now. Inspecting the wheel, it's super slick, so smooth, and of course super glossy, and I'm going to test fit them once in the front of the car, also in the rear of the car, and we are expecting the rear springs to arrive any day now with the height adjustment. So then we will finally get this car off from the jack stands and rolling again. So let's do a test fit with the wheels, see how they look like after all the work I've put into them, and then just wait for the next episode. Stay tuned. There you have it. The wheels are on. I'm super excited. The fitment is sick, especially on the front. So I can't wait to drop this car on the ground and get it rolling again. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll do that and much more with this car. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share to a friend. We are going to give this car away to one of you guys in the end of this, so it is so worth following this channel. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.